Well, hello and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. Thanks so much for joining us on this Monday, the 24th of April of 2017, and time is flying by. I'm Pete Connor, your host. We've got a great show, great information for you today coming from Ethan Cords and Kris Busse. Kris, of course, our Owatonna City Administrator, and Ethan, a member of our Human Rights Commission. And then following those two will be Maureen Schlobohm coming to us from the Steele County Clothesline. So we hope that you'll stay with us for these two segments. And as a reminder, we'd appreciate any input that you would have for us with respect to what you see on Owatonna Today. If you've got someone that deserves some recognition that you'd like us to know about, please let us know, as well as any other event that might be coming up that you'd like to have some special recognition. Why don't you give us a call at 390-5751, that's Leanne's number, or you can log on to owatonnatoday@charter.net and leave us a message about that. So that's all of our preliminaries for now. Let's take a quick break for some commercial messages, and we'll be right back with Kris and Ethan. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. Check our website for current exhibits and monthly programs.
Hi, I'm Deidre and I play Margaret.
And I'm Michelle and I play a flapper in LTO's current production of Much Ado About Nothing, directed by Jeffrey Jackson.
Performances of Much Ado About Nothing will be held Friday and Saturday, April 21st and 22nd at 7:30 p.m., with the matinee on Sunday, April 23rd at 2 o'clock p.m.
And again the following Friday and Saturday, April the 28th and April the 29th at 7:30, with another matinee on Sunday, April the 30th at 2 p.m.
Tickets are available at the LTO box office by calling 451-0764 or online at littletheaterofowatonna.org.
Don't miss LTO's production of Much Ado About Nothing.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and welcome as well to Ethan Cords and to Kris Busse. Kris, an old hand here at Owatonna Today. Ethan, brand spanking new. Yeah, well, welcome. Good to have you here. Ethan is not only brand spanking new to Owatonna Today, but also to the Owatonna Human Rights Commission. Pretty brand spanking new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been on it since December of last year.
Yeah. Why? How? How did that happen?
The mayor called me one day and asked if I'd be interested in being on the Human Rights Commission, and I've always been interested in human rights, and I think it's just a core value that everyone should follow, is that people have human rights, and we should value that and treat everyone with respect.
And when the mayor calls,
you gotta listen.
You gotta go. You gotta respond, right?
That's right.
Isn't that?
I always do.
Do you do that?
Yes, I do.
Well, it's okay. So core value. You talk about it being a core value, personal core value.
Yeah.
Which, if I, interpreted you right, you believe everybody should have it as a core value.
Yeah.
Well, how do you square that away with people who have, other views?
Well, some people are different from us, and that's okay. But you can be fearful of others, or not necessarily treat them the same way as you treat someone else. But that, to me, is based on their actions.
Sure.
So if you're a good person, I'll treat you with the same respect as anyone else. And that's just something I follow, and just what I think other people should follow too, is treat others with the respect they deserve.
Right. So it's really, as you say, a matter of behavior. We talk about differences, maybe too much, but because we're really so similar in so many ways, don't you think?
Yes. Yeah.
So your role then as a commission member is to adjudicate, or to, what is it that, if you could drive the behavior of the Human Rights Commission, what would you like to see the commission be involved in more maybe than it is?
I think the commission needs to educate people more and just raise more awareness about the fact that we even exist. A lot of people don't know about us, and so I've been going around telling people about the commission, inviting them to our meetings, and a few have come, and it's a good learning experience for them.
Excellent. Kris, the commission has been in existence from before your time as administrator. In your view, as a city administrator, as an official, we talk about, do we need such things as human rights commissions and other commissions? We've got, Building Code Board of Appeals, and we have other sort of in the background commissions. How do you see the need yet for the Human Rights Commission?
I think the Human Rights Commission plays a critical role in our community. As Ethan has said, that education is our, kind of our primary focus, and it's with, new people coming into our community all the time. I think it's something that we need to be constantly aware of and reminded, and help break down those barriers and get to know each other from different cultures, different areas, different walks of life. You could broaden it out into even just different religions, different approaches to life, different, everyone has differences. And if you can really break it down to getting to know someone on a personal level and just finding out, how they are, and the commonalities that we all have.
Yeah, I heard someone tell me once about someone who was new to town, a minority person, and this fellow said to me, he said, he's not a bad guy once you get to know him. And
Exactly.
there's some of that. We oftentimes take way too much from other people by way of impressions and beliefs.
Right.
So what demographically, what does Owatonna look like? Any idea in terms of, we talk about differences, and we talk about racial or religious or other, kinds of key things that we think about with groups. Any idea of what demographically we're looking at?
I know that the African American population and Hispanic population are growing much faster than the white community. They're still a smaller portion of the town, obviously, about like 10% total. But they're growing and becoming a part of the community, opening up businesses and such. So.
Right.
And statewide, looking at the trends, we're just going to be experiencing more diversity. It's just going to be increasing in the future. So it's best to have, processes and programs in place to help help integrate, help educate our community.
Now, we have migration. We have people who are coming from outside of the borders of the United States, but we also have intra-country migration, if you will. Why would people come to Owatonna? What's the attraction? Why to Minnesota?
Yeah. Well, Owatonna, as you know, is a great community, and we have a lot to offer. We are, a regional center. We have lots of employment. We're, kind of that big small town where you can get a good job and have beautiful parks and, reasonably close to some of the bigger city amenities, such as going to a Twins game or a Vikings game. And I think there is we have a great appeal that way.
Okay. Would you see, Ethan, in your role, and I found out, that you work in grocery. Obviously, you have people from all kinds of walks of life coming into the store. Would you subscribe to that with what Kris just said?
Yeah, I definitely agree with her, and we're making adjustments now to the fact that we have a more diverse community, and we'll start catering to those more diverse groups.
With respect to product?
Yes,
Yeah,
product,
okay.
signage.
Yeah, interesting. Different languages, maybe on.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So.
Right. When you talk, and it kind of goes to education, doesn't it? And you talk about the community education, if you will, of human rights and / diversity, as it is. What sorts of things will the commission, do you think, become more involved with respect to education?
I think we'll be able to teach people who are interested in like learning about different cultures, learning how those cultures work and their customs. I think we'll be able to help educate children possibly, make sure they know about all the differences between different cultures and the similarities.
Sure.
Well, and one kind of new method that the commission has come up with is an electronic billboard. So we've worked with Fairway Advertising to have different diversity messages on that electronic billboard. We're also working on the mural. But here is a bigger impact that a lot of cars, probably over 10,000 cars a day, drive on Hoffman, and it's just a kind of a different way of getting that diversity message out there.
Yeah. How interested and or active have you folks been with this Owatonna Forward group? Because it seems to me that there is some potential for if Owatonna Forward is looking at the community going forward, there might be some role for, some diversity education, et cetera. Has there been any consideration of that from your perspective? Have you been involved in any of the meetings?
I certainly was involved, and they were trying to hit all segments. I went to the nonprofit. I'm also on the United Way board.
Sure.
So in that way, there was just a really good wide variety of nonprofit organizations which touch a lot of people in different areas and different focuses. So I think that is definitely a part of what they're looking to
and it would help then to prioritize some of the emphasis maybe going and with Owatonna, the Human Rights Commission being a part of that, having a role to play. In education and so forth.
Yeah, I went to one of the meetings for Owatonna Forward, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I think hopefully more people will get involved in that.
Certainly. You talked about kids, early learning is always important. How about working in the schools? Is that a part of the objective then as well, do you think?
Not necessarily right now, but it could be in the future if we find a need for that.
Right. So you really, you really have some promise here, don't you, with the commission? It still is alive, it still is well, it still is vibrant. And you're and as a young guy, you're committed to, seeing your community to become, as understanding as it possibly can be from a human perspective.
Yeah.
And we're really fortunate to have a young person like Ethan on our commission because, he brings a vibrancy, he brings just the outside perspective that, we need.
Sure.
You need different ages as well,
Sure.
and not everyone the same, relatively young age like you and I, even younger.
Yeah.
So that's been
I'll
nice.
let that one go. But before we close, let's talk about the logistics. Meetings are when?
Meetings are the second Tuesday of every month.
Of every month.
At 5:30. They happen in the second floor meeting room of the City
West
Administration Building.
Okay.
West Hills.
And it's open, so people can
Yes.
come and sit
Yep.
in and participate very well.
Yep.
Well, it's great to have you here, Ethan. Nice to meet you. See you
thank
at
you.
the store, likely.
Yeah.
And Kris, always a pleasure. We'll be seeing you
you.
before too long for another update from the city.
Terrific.
So, best wishes as you continue with your work in Human Rights Commission.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. And thanks for being with us today. We're going to now take a pause for a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Hi, Eric here from Owatonna Senior Place. Participate in one of the many active fitness classes we have, or hop on the bus for one of our great day trips. We have a variety of programs and activities happening throughout the week. Our goal at Senior Place is to create positive moments for you at a reasonable and affordable price. Don't forget the Senior Place Partnership Program, with over 40 businesses giving discounts and incentives to you for being a Senior Place member. Contact us for more details. Live full, live well, live long.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, my name is Katie Marshall. A year ago, my family and I became homeless. We were scared and alone. Today, with the help of Steele County Transitional Housing and generous donors like you, my family and I are safely housed. I am working, going to college, paying my rent on time. My children have a warm bed to sleep in every night. My family and I are so grateful for this second chance. Please help others in need by donating to transitional housing today. Everyone deserves a safe place to live.
Well, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and also welcome to Maureen Schlobohm, who is the Executive Director of the Steele County Clothesline. Welcome, Maureen.
Thank you.
I get to say that very fondly because you need to know that Maureen was in my 6th grade class. I won't say how long ago.
I was going to say, we don't have to talk about the year.
Okay.
Yes.
She was one of my 6th graders at Lincoln School, you know, the Roadrunners?
Just Lincoln Roadrunners, yes.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, it's always a pleasure to have Maureen in my midst, and as well for everyone here, because the work that she's doing is so very important. So. And you got some things that you want to talk about, events and the like.
I do, yeah.
Before we go, though, you've been the executive director of the Clothesline for how long now?
Almost 2 years. 2 years in July.
Ah,
so,
cool.
Yeah, coming up.
Yeah,
so,
good.
Yeah.
And it goes well?
Yes, very well. It's been an interesting couple years, learning process, but we're on a good track.
Good. That's wonderful. Now, let's talk about, you know, so that we don't forget about them, the event coming up on Saturday.
Yes. Saturday, April 29th at Trinity Lutheran Church. It's going to be a Family Expo. Open to the family. We're going to have a lot of vendors there, 20 plus, lots of games and crafts for the kids. If the kids bring a toy to donate to the Clothesline, their name will go into a drawing for some prizes. There's also will be raffle tickets that you can buy where you can go around and put your ticket in different vendor baskets that you might be interested in winning. So we'll have some big drawings at the end. The event is free to the public. The event actually runs with the vendors and the crafts and games is from 10 until 12. And then at 12 o'clock we will have a lunch. During the lunch is a free will offering. Free will donation, and during lunch, then we'll have a small program and then give away all the prizes that people have been hoping to win. So,
okay. You said something in terms of, because we talked about, you're the director of the Clothesline, obviously, clothes.
Right.
What other things? Because you said something about toys. Yeah. What other things do you have for people?
We have just about everything. I know because we are called the Clothesline, people assume we only take clothing, but we take any household item, clothing. Dishes, pots, pans, mixers, toasters, anything that you would use in your kitchen. Pretty much, we take bedding, bath towels, toys, obviously, books, shoes. Really anything you would use at home. We don't take furniture. We'll take small furniture. If you can fit it into your car, we'd probably take it. Don't take electronics, that kind of thing. But pretty much everything else.
Okay. And the stuff needs to be in good shape, obviously.
We prefer, yes, that it's new or slightly used, in good shape. We get a lot of, this time of year, people are having rummage sales, so we get a lot of leftover rummage sale stuff, which is great. We need the donations this time of year. We do have something new starting effective in April, that if you drop rummage sale stuff off, if you could take off the tags, that's very helpful. Otherwise, it's another step that we have to do. So we have to remove the tags now. So.
I assume you have to discard some things too after people bring a
we
load
do.
of that. You have to,
we sort through.
You got a dumpster.
Right. Well, we don't throw away anything. We recycle just about everything we receive. So we work with a company out of Rochester. And so if it doesn't get put on our floor, it gets recycled.
Okay.
And also our clothing stays on the floor for 6 weeks, and after 6 weeks, if it's not gone, then it gets recycled as well. Okay. So it's a great thing. It's nice to know that nothing's going in a landfill somewhere.
Yeah, we're spring now, so I suppose most of the things that you, clothing-wise now, you would like to have, they're not big winter. You would not like to have big winter coats.
Right.
You'd like to have more springy, light
Spring
things.
and summer, we prefer. If you've ever been to the Clothesline, you'll know we do not have a lot of space, so storage is a big issue. So if you can stick to seasonal items, that's great. We've gotten very choosy about winter coats, for an example, because they're always in need. If they're really nice and we still have them, we'll store them. Sure. But we try to keep that minimal.
Right. Looking, past now, future-wise, you got a board of directors. Okay. In strategically thinking, do you have some growth plans?
Well, we are working on very closely with the food shelf. We are in the same building. If you don't know where the Clothesline is, a lot of people don't, unfortunately, but we're at 155 Oakdale, same building as the food shelf. We serve the same families. So we have joined together in a registration process. Okay. So once the families come into the Clothesline to register, and then they're registered at both places. Nice. So they don't have to duplicate that process. We're sharing a database, we share staff, we share volunteers, and we do have some plans, possibly with our building, to make it work a little bit easier for all of us.
Maybe some expansion. I know it's you're provided the space, or you're renting the space, how it works, but there might be some room for expansion.
There might be. We're looking at a lot of different possibilities, because space is an issue for both of us.
Right. So. Every month, it seems, a yellow card comes in the mail. It says, we want your used stuff. And it's from a place out of Minneapolis. People, you see bags all over when that truck comes rolling around. But what does that do to you? What does that do to your organization?
Well, it takes your donations out of the community. When you donate to the Clothesline, they stay right here. They serve the families that live in Steele County. In 2016, we served over 680 families. And I see that number being even higher this year. So every little bit helps. Right. And so, there's a lot of great organizations out there. So, people are going to give where your heart is. I truly believe that. But when you give to the Clothesline, it stays right here in Steele County.
Every store in town, retail, commercial, says buy local. Shop local. And it's really the same message from Clothesline, isn't
exactly. It absolutely is.
The Salvation Army is very similar in terms of its mission.
Exactly.
How well do you play with Salvation Army?
Very well, actually. They serve their families in a little bit different way than we do. Our families have to qualify to shop with us. So they have to fill out an application. They have to be at a certain income level to shop at our store. Right. And then they are allowed a certain number of items free of charge every month. Okay. So we do put a limit on what they can take, but what they can take is absolutely free. Where at the Salvation Army, they pay a smaller price, a lower price. Sure. They can work with the social worker at the Salvation Army and then receive free things with a voucher that they receive there. What the Salvation Army will do is send them to the Clothesline first to utilize the free clothes. And that way they're using their money more efficiently when they're giving out their vouchers. They know that they got a certain number of items at the Clothesline, and now they're going to pay for, the few things that they maybe didn't get.
Right. And you, as far as your existence is concerned, are always looking not only for donations of so-called product, clothes, and other home furnishings, but cash as well.
Yes, people don't often think about donating money to the Clothesline. And, we have bills to pay and have to keep our doors open. Right. So it costs us approximately $40 a year to serve one person.
Wow.
So it does cost some money, and so cash donations are obviously greatly appreciated. We have reestablished our wonderful relationship with the United Way. We received a wonderful, generous donation from Go for Sport this year.
Nice.
Federated is a big supporter of ours, and you know, the community, the churches, and all that. But cash donations are always very welcome.
Very well. Well, and I hope that our viewers are going to take that to heart, and that perhaps maybe there will be a little push coming from that group here in the near future.
That would be great.
And you know, best wishes again.
Thank
you.
you.
Always nice to see you. Nice to be with you. And
nice to be here.
And I wait until the next time you come, and you have more news for us.
All right. I look forward to it.
Great.
So thanks you.
Thanks, Maureen, very much. And thank you for being with us for this session. We are going to take a small break after a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient. Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Well, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. Thanks so much for staying with us. We're going to have a few community announcements for you at this time. The Owatonna in Support of Alzheimer's is hosting its next program on Tuesday, April 25th from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Owatonna Public Library, 3rd floor Guinea Room. The focus will be the various types of dementia, what changes you may see with each type of dementia, and a discussion of common medications that are prescribed for dementia. Public is welcome, and there is no cost to attend. For more information or to RSVP, contact Deb Gillard at 507-213 13 something. I don't have the right number here, but let me give you her email at gillard.deb@gmail.com. Pillow Cleaning, Grandparents for Education is sponsoring a fundraiser on Wednesday, April 26th from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Christ Community Covenant Church at 540 18th Street Southeast. Pillow drop-off can be done on Tuesday, April 25th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pillow cleaning charges include deodorizing, sanitizing, reconditioning, and a new fabric ticking cover. For further information, call Linda at 507-390-4468. Please join us this Thursday, April 27th at 2 o'clock and 7 p.m. at the Gainey Room for movies at the Owatonna Public Library. This week, we'll be showing A Monster Calls. Ooh, that sounds a little horror-y. The Steele County Historical Society is planning a Village of Yesteryear Cleanup Day on Saturday, April 29th between 9 a.m. and noon, and would like to ask the community for some help. If you'd like to volunteer, please call 507-451-1420. And the Owatonna Foundation is pleased to announce its next grant application deadline on May 1, 2017. Owatonna-based 501c3 nonprofit organizations that are working on capital projects in the area of community arts, recreation, and education may apply. Contact Laura Ressler, Executive Coordinator, at 507-455-2995 or email her at info@owatonnafoundation.org. And that's going to take care of it for today. On Wednesday, we are going to have, I think, a very interesting, and you need to come back for this, a very interesting double segment visit with Alan Anderson, native Owatonnan. So come back and find out what Alan has to say. And again, thanks for being with us. I hope you're back on Wednesday, and have a good day.